My next guest says while there is, of course, geopolitical crisis globally, investors still cannot ignore the fiscal crisis right here at home. Joining me now, Nicholas Wealth Management President David Nicholas. And David, listen, we are spending money unlike any other time outside of the first year of COVID. Many are saying this is a wartime budget. It's unsustainable, but we've heard it before. So how does it end?
Yeah, Charles, I don't see how this ends right. We'll have $2 trillion in deficits this year. This is what I think is really concerning. People may not realize our current tax rates are the lowest that they've been in 50 years. And so the current rates expire in 2025, and they're expiring at the wrong time. And it's not just the new debt that we're adding. It's also the debt that we're retiring. The Treasury is going to have to issue almost $300 billion of new debt in the month of October. And we're not issuing this debt at 2%. We're issuing it at over 5%. So it really concerns me. The only way you balance this budget, and we've done the math on this, you either raise the top tax rate of those making over $250,000 to 90%, or you take 100% of the income from those making over $400,000. Charles, there's no way. So it's the middle class that's going to bear this burden. So unfortunately, unless we have the appetite to cut spending, which I don't think we do, taxes are going higher post-2025.
I have to come back, right, because that's shocking. So 200, if your household income is $250,000, to meet this demand, that's almost seems like it's baked into the cake. I don't know if we can get out of it by now. You're talking a 90% tax rate or 100% over households of $400,000. That's not going to happen. I don't think you'll hear someone say, "Yeah, I think we did it in 1950," something like that. But so then, where do they find this extra revenue?
That's right. And that's not even to tackle our past debt. That's just to balance the budget. So the revenue, if you look at it, the revenues from the top 1%, it's very small, right? 90% of tax revenues comes from the middle class. So I know that the argument for politicians are, hey, we're not going to raise taxes on the middle class. They don't have a choice. We don't have the appetite to gut government, but you would literally have to eliminate every program except for defense, except for Social Security, except for Medicare. You'd have to eliminate everything else just to balance the budget if we don't want to raise taxes. And we know that's not going to happen. It's coming from the middle class.
And of course, there's this with the so-called maturity wall, where a lot of debt out there is going to have to be refinanced real soon, even corporate debt.